Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharkita and this is my very first video. Of what I hope to be many. I want to take you guys on my journey as a first time expecting mom. I'm a wife of a wonderful man who's in the Air Force. We've been married for almost 2 years now and we're expecting our first child. And we also have the craziest golden doodle ever. Like, I don't like to say we have a dog because she's very human. She's like our first child basically. So we have a golden doodle, but I'm almost certain that she's mixed with human. So take that how you want. During this video, I just want to share with you my experience, the highs, the lows of what is like to be pregnant, first time mom, Air Force wife, so we move a lot. And life has just been really crazy with everything going on. And the first step that I feel like no one likes to talk about, is very taboo, is what happens when child planning doesn't really go as planned and you run into the circumstances like miscarriage. And that was our story. So stick around to my channel because we're gonna talk about parenthood, womanhood, a little bit of fitness. I don't know how much fitness, but I'm gonna try to take you on my fitness journey. I am currently 19 weeks pregnant, so hopefully we get a few workout videos in, and mostly just a journey of motherhood and how it's not always what they make it seem on movies, at least not so far. So yeah, welcome to my channel. Let's get started. As I mentioned, we experienced a miscarriage for our first pregnancy. We were really excited to start planning. We read the books. We got the app. We got a really good app, which I'll put the link down below. And like everybody else, we were super excited when we saw the positive sign. It was just like, wow, that was easy. Yes. And then it was like, oh no, like now what? But we were really excited. And then we lost the baby. So I'm going to tell you my story and hopefully we cover some topics to let you know that you're not alone on this journey. And hopefully, like I said, it's my first video, but if I could just help one person or encourage one person, then it'll make me feel better. Because I think we need to spread more joy. We need to be there for each other. So, yeah. I forgot to mention, also, I'm a flight attendant. Sounds really cool. But yes, once again, it's not what they make it look like on the movies. And in the story, you'll see why. Here I am, 6 weeks pregnant. I was based in Phoenix Sky Harbor, ending a trip, and I was commuting to see my husband who was stationed in Biloxi. During that time, it's really late, and I remember having to go to the bathroom, and I go to the bathroom and I noticed that I was bleeding. And then I was like shaking. I'm like, no, this can't be it. I'm like, I'm just gonna try to ignore it. So I still get really emotional talking about this. So if it seems like I'm rattling with this story, I'm trying not to be long-winded, but it's such like a tough thing to really talk about and like express how you felt in that moment. But yeah, sorry. So bathroom, blood, trying to be positive in the airport by myself in uniform, wet bag. A few hours go on because I'm waiting for my flight and it's more blood. And at this point, I'm like crying, I'm freaking out. I'm looking at the internet. I'm reading everything that I can. And I kind of was like, I think this might be it. Like, I think I might be losing it, which it just scared me even more. Like, just saying it scares me. And I remember I had to send a text to my husband. So in my head, I was thinking, if I could just make it to him, then for some reason everything will be okay, but I have to make it to him. I have to get on this flight tonight to make it to him. Long story short, I get on the flight. We're about to taxi back. The captain says, sorry folks, but this plane is going out of service. I was like, could this night get any worse? I am in the middle of what I think is a miscarriage in the airport by myself, and the plane has been taken out of service. And the next flight isn't until 5 a.m. that next morning. So at that point, I'm like, do I get a hotel? Do I stay in the airport? Do I go to the emergency room? And I know I did actually go to the emergency room, but it was so crowded, and it was the beginning of the coronavirus, and it was just so scary to be in there that I just left. And I remember I went back to the airport, and I was in our crew room, and I finally ran into somebody that I knew that I could express what was going on. And I couldn't even talk. I just started crying, and she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? So I told her, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And she just let me cry in her arms, and then she offered me a pad because that's how much blood it was. And that's when I knew it was really real. This was happening. The blood wasn't stopping, and there was nothing I could do about it. So long story short, I slept in the airport. I got on a 5 a.m. flight, Phoenix to Dallas, and then you do Dallas to Biloxi. And we went right to the doctor. And the craziest part of it all, I went through maybe a million emotions from 9 o'clock the previous night to 10 o'clock the next morning to get to the doctor. And he was just like, okay, you lost the baby. We see no sac. Take Tylenol. And that was that. And I will never forget feeling how cold and impersonal it felt for you to tell someone that we see no sac, take Tylenol. And I was just like, huh? It was kind of no explanation, no nothing. And it was me and my husband, and we both went to the car, and we both just cried. We cried. And I just wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was the worst experience of my 27 years in life. By far the worst experience. But thankfully, God blessed us again, and we were able to conceive again really soon after that. Actually, that happened January 27th, and we conceived around February 15th. So like I said, I am now 19 weeks pregnant with a healthy baby boy. So I'm super, super blessed and excited about that. But that's just my story. There are millions of women who have their own story, and no one talks about it. No one shares. No one is a support system. You really never hear anyone talk about it until you make the first comment, and then they're like, oh, I went through that too. And then it's like, oh, I went through that too. And it's like, why doesn't anyone talk about it? Why doesn't anyone share? So without being too long-winded, I just have 3 topics that I feel like we should talk about, that we should understand and come together just as women. Or if you know somebody, a sister, a friend, maybe you could share this video with them, and maybe it'll be a little helpful. So my first main topic, because I wrote notes, don't beat yourself up about the why. I personally felt like I had to figure out why. There are so many different types of miscarriages off back, okay? The most common one is due to chromosomal abnormalities. And essentially your body chromosomes don't align. Your body's like, okay, not in medical terms, but essentially your body is like, okay, well, we're gonna not let that go through, pretty much. And your body naturally terminates it. It means nothing is wrong with you. And I could not accept that. I literally beat myself up, couldn't sleep at night. I remember, if we're being honest here, and I want to be honest with you guys, I remember being mad at God. And I just remember, why would you pick me? Why would you do this to me, my husband? We did it the right way. We waited till we were married. Why would you do that? And you just go down this rabbit hole. Look at the why. And if that's you, if you know someone, if that was you in the past and you still kind of struggle with it, I urge you to not focus on the why. I don't know how long it's going to take you. I mean, I could tell you how long it took me, but everyone is different. But if you can, try to focus on something good. Try to treat yourself to something good. Try to take a moment for yourself. Lean on your spouse for support because you guys are both in this together and you're both going through it. But do not keep thinking about the why because you will drive yourself crazy. I've literally been there, done that, been back to it, thought I was over it, wasn't over it. It's ridiculous. Please, I beg of you, sis, we got each other. Don't beat yourself up because it's not your fault. Which is my second topic. Take time to grieve. In my situation, my job offers like 2 months or 3 months time for a loss. In my head, I convinced myself that this wasn't a loss. I convinced myself that I'll be okay. I convinced myself that I don't need to grieve. That was the worst decision by far because it affected me so much internally that I would just be throughout the day, just start crying. Can you believe I went back to work the next week on a plane? I broke down crying in the back of a 737. And it's just like, I never took the time to grieve. So if you can take time to grieve, take time to pamper yourself, take time to love on yourself, whatever you have to do to meditate, get in your zone, refocus, just not worry about the why and really just accept whatever feelings come to you. If you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to pray, if you want to curse, if you want to get a journal, if you want to do a YouTube video, whatever outlet you have, take time to grieve because it pays off so much. And if you don't, I don't want to say if you don't, I just don't want you to go through what I went through. And keeping stuff inside internally comes out in the wrong places, on the wrong time, on the wrong people. And found myself getting upset at my spouse because I felt like, why aren't you sad? And then it turns out he was just as sad, or he was keeping it bundled in and I'm keeping it inside. And it was a crazy time. So please, if you've experienced a miscarriage or you know someone, please tell them to take time to grieve. So that leads me to my third and final topic is you are not broken. That's what I wrote down. You are not broken. I'm a part of a mommy group and I did a survey about, what do you think I should talk about on this video? And one of them was being broken. There, for some reason, is a stigma that if you had a miscarriage then you're broken, there's something wrong with you. You won't be able to get pregnant again, or if you get pregnant again, it's going to end with another miscarriage. And that's not the case at all. Like I mentioned before, there are so many reasons that could cause a miscarriage, and it has nothing to do with you. If you decide to have a baby after this, then you have your baby and be as happy as you can be, because it's gonna be filled with different emotions that second pregnancy. I know for me personally, I feel anxiety about every other day because I'm like constantly worrying, like, is he okay? Is he okay? Even though he's totally fine. I even bought a Doppler so I could hear the heartbeat. And I'll tell you guys about that experience in the next video because a baby Doppler has its pros and cons, but we won't get into that. But the point of this is that if you choose to try again, that's great. Go for it. And if you don't, because you don't feel ready, that's okay too. It's your body, your journey, whatever you want to do. But please don't feel like you're broken and that you can't do it, because you can. And thankfully, with all the science that we have, almost anything is impossible with a little prayer and faith. So I just want to wrap it up saying you're not broken. Take time to grieve and don't beat yourself up about the why, because it is never your fault. And I just want to know, if you feel like you don't have anybody there for you, know that I am there for you. So I'm a Christian, I believe in God. If you need prayer or anything, just leave a comment below. I would love to pray for you. Just let you know, like, I've been there and I've made it through. So I know that you'll make it through too. So yeah, that was my main topics. This is my first video. I know it's kind of heavy, but it was on my heart to make a video about this because it's so taboo and no one likes to talk about it. They only want to talk about the good. And you could find 100,000 videos on newborn this, pregnancy this, but it's not a lot that talks about, well, what if it didn't go as planned? So I just hope you guys like this. I hope you stay tuned. We're going to have more videos about my journey. Registry, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no baby experience. So registry stuff. We're going to have 2 baby showers. I'm going to share the Doppler. And hopefully I can share me trying to get fit once these gyms open back up. I definitely want to start back in the gym or a little home workout or something. I don't know. It always sounds good, but when you're there, all of a sudden you're like, why did I decide to come here? Nonetheless, like this video if you liked it, or if you want to share it to somebody, you feel it helped you like the video. Subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. This is my very, very first video for YouTube, and I hope you guys like it.